Hey everyone, welcome to the We Like Wrestling podcast. I'm here with the whole gang. Justin,
Hey,
Joe,
Yo.
John.
Last again.
always.
That's the habit, man. We gotta stick with it.
Well,
Yeah.
if you go clockwise and that's 12, technically I'm first. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Thank you, everybody who came out to the pro wrestling trivia night.
it was a blast.
It was really fun.
It was so much fun.
I did nothing.
You collected the answers.
I did collect the answers.
It was honestly so much fun. Thank you to Nitro Bar for allowing us to do that.
Great drinks, great beers. Oh,
great food.
Some of the
The
great
people were nice. I thought, was that the owner that we met?
So, yeah.
Yeah, we met,
really
I
nice
think we
guy.
met everybody. Yeah, everybody that worked there was
That was
really
a cool
nice.
place too.
Yep.
First time ever being there.
Very cool atmosphere.
So Nitro Bar is a modern bar, kind of.
I describe it as steampunk garage.
So like if you go there, you're not going to witness pretty much anything that you would.
One thing I gotta point out: we did not have TVs. Phillies are in the playoffs, and they played Friday night. We did not get to see the game. Well, we kind of did. Somebody had it on their phone, but there are no TVs, so it is not a sports bar. But what they do have is free games, free longboard, free. Dig Dug is back there.
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man was on it. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know they were free. I would have played.
Yeah. they're free.
So the Nitro Bar, if you go in, it'll be a good time. You won't see many fights, if any.
No, it's not a dive bar.
No, yeah, it's a very I don't want to say classy,
We're
but
out in
it's
Minnesota.
It's on Penn Ave in West Reading, so it fits the area.
And we want to thank our sponsors, Symbiote Collectibles and Rise Up Nutrition. Everybody seemed really happy with their prizes.
Yeah, and huge thank you to High Tension Wrestling and Outbreak Wrestling.
Yes.
Somebody
I
got
even have some people that were talking to me about coming up to Outbreak in November.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was a fun night. We do plan on doing some more in the future.
We're gonna have to get better questions though.
I mean, I gotta say,
Our friends from Tornado Tag, they really cleaned up.
I got up there and did that. I didn't think I would have the guts to.
Oh yeah,
speak in
yeah.
front of a crowd
It's
like
all
that.
nerve wracking. Yeah.
Thank you to
That's why I
Adam.
planted myself at the bar.
Thank you to Adam and Danny for allowing us to do that. Great people. If you have a chance, go up and meet them. They're very personable. And then the employees at Nitro Bar were very into it as well.
Yeah.
There was one of the waiters, or what do you technically call them?
Servers.
Just call, yeah,
servers.
wait staff. Yeah.
He was so excited. He held our belt, took
Yeah.
pictures with us.
He was a cool guy, yeah.
The bartender enjoys wrestling.
It was a
he
great
was
night. I
playing
think it was
along.
just it was just a really good night.
It was
I-
really fun.
I was really glad people participated. I kind of
Yep.
thought people weren't, but
Yeah.
You know,
I think even a couple people that didn't really get
They were
into
just
wrestling,
playing around.
they were just,
they were just playing. They said they
Um,
watched some old stuff and they kind of knew some stuff. They had a few
And-
right answers.
and that's what
and
we
they were
wanted.
just, hey, sometimes you just got to answer Macho Man for every question and you might get it right.
You're
And
bound to hit it.
that's what we wanted out of this first one, was a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
It was free, no harm. I mean,
Yeah.
Thank you to Anthony Blackwell and Brian for coming out.
ABJ podcast.
And BJ. They took the drive down here to Reading to
Yeah.
support us in the trivia. They swept it.
Well, they didn't- I mean, they didn't sweep it.
It was-
one guy that
close.
was at the bar with you was pretty.
Yeah,
damn
he won.
good.
Yeah, he won.
Yeah, it was close, but I think
I did accidentally give him an answer.
Yeah.
I forget which one. I said, I was like reading because he was like questioning, and I was like, oh man, what is that? And I was looking at it. It was after you asked them, and I was like reading them out loud to myself, but I said it, and I was like, oh shit, I just gave him one.
but they took the drive down to support us. It was fun. I think we actually stumped them more than the last time they did trivia. So
Yeah, cool.
kudos to us.
Yeah.
I think every round there was one he didn't get right.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he
I think
said
they got 4 out of 5 every round. Fun night. Can't wait to do it again. We'll be posting whenever it's announced when we'll be doing it. So
Yep.
be on the lookout for that. Also coming up is the Fall Fest food truck thing in Hamburg. I don't
Yes.
know the exact name of it,
At
but
the Hamburg Fieldhouse this Sunday, October 29th.
yes,
30th.
30th, October 30th. This Sunday in Hamburg at the Fieldhouse. We'll be there. There's plenty of food, plenty of festivities to
Yep. Representing
enjoy.
with our friends from Outbreak.
High Tension put on a great show at the Riverside. even for them, it was very nostalgic to be there.
Yeah.
It was on their bucket list. So good job to those guys. So we haven't really talked much about this
I feel like we have, but maybe not as a specific episode.
Yeah. So there's a lot of Hall of Fame inductees in the WWE.
A lot of people that shouldn't be there,
Yeah.
like Drew Carey and Tori Wilson.
They have a celebrity wing.
Sharmell.
Oh, yeah.
They have a celebrity wing. And then they also have like the
They
Warrior
don't have a
thing.
wing because there's no building.
Yeah.
It's not a
It
wing.
doesn't exist.
It does not
It's
exist.
Vince's basement.
Well, maybe we'll
They
get
are
one.
working on it though.
They've been saying that for like 10 years.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, maybe
I
with
mean-
Hunter being in charge.
I mean,
now.
Taker got a bust.
they
So
were working on the
maybe.
network for a long time too.
Yeah.
That network it ended up being something called WWE 24/7
Yeah.
on Comcast, and I used to
yeah,
get it.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I had it too.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it was nothing like the network is now.
So there's some people in the Hall of Fame that shouldn't really be there. And then there's also people that aren't even in it yet that should be.
Very much so should be,
The very first one in the Hall of Fame was Andre the Giant.
and rightfully so.
Right.
He was the only one that year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they took I was looking at the list. They took a big gap between like 96 and 2004.
Yes,
Yeah,
I saw
there's
that.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it started out like I think the first year, and then the year after it was like one person each year.
No, there was a couple the second year. Andre was by himself, and then it was like Bobo Brazil, maybe Pat
It
Patterson.
was like Buddy Rogers.
Yeah,
I think it was
stuff like that.
older
There were like
guys.
4 or 5.
Old
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been a lot of guys who I think wrestling fans in general think every year. We just currently had it with Vader, where there was a big swell when he was still alive to be put in, and once he died, then he was put in, and I was kind of like, yeah, he could have done it earlier.
Yeah.
There was the big thing with Macho Man, back before he died, and
He
Unfortunately,
should have been
yeah.
before, so you could have been
There's-
up there and accept it.
yes.
There's times where they wait a little too long.
yeah,
And then there's times with like Eddie Guerrero where as soon as they pass away, it happens.
and we're not
Which-
going to talk about at least two of the guys that are most common brought up around this. We'll say it now: no Benoit, no Owen. Right? Like they're the most common ones that are going to be brought up when you hear. They're almost on every list that you look at online. If you Google it,
Yeah.
they're the top of everybody's list, and it's because we know
And-
why.
Yeah.
It'll never happen with Benoit. It'll never happen with Owen, unless there's a change of heart. No pun intended.
With Triple H being in charge.
But I still,
Yeah.
he was still there, and there's bad feelings of the Triple H with Brett's family because of the screw job. So I don't think it'll ever happen. I'm never thinking it's going to happen.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate.
But there are guys that I looked up that I was like, wait a minute, he's not in.
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
and I was
I mean,
really,
a
really
lot of
surprised
that,
at that.
though, is because of the concussion lawsuit.
It depends if you're on good
Yeah.
terms with Vince or
But-
not.
I mean, is
All right, so I'll bring up one that I had to look up because when it came across my list, I was like, nah, there's no way. Bam Bam.
he's not in.
Bam Bam isn't in.
Yeah.
What?
How?
Neither's Honky Tonk Man.
No, Honky Tonk is.
Honky Tonk Man.
Honky
isn't
did,
it?
huh? Okay.
Yeah, he
I must
just
have missed his name.
He just recently went in.
But Bam Bam, yeah.
I could not believe that Bam Bam Bigelow is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I get that maybe in WWE he wasn't biggest, but we have guys who barely wrestled for WWE.
I mean, the Horsemen are in,
yeah,
that's not a
yeah.
WWE.
Well, they all
Well,
wrestled there, but still,
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
but the
Like,
Horsemen never wrestled there.
he reffed the match.
Well, but I mean, but even still, WWE owns ECW and WCW.
Yes.
So
And NWA and AWA.
And Bam Bam was a
WCCW.
huge influence in ECW. I mean, he was a huge star when he went over there. So
He main
Well,
evented
he-
Mania with a football player.
yeah,
Well, and he was the
and he was the guy they trusted with it.
last guy with Andre in the first Survivor Series.
I think
Yeah,
that's
and he was
saying
a
something.
face, which is weird because I never knew him as a face as a child.
And he was, I mean, for his day, big guys didn't move like that.
Mhm.
Now they all do, but back
Yeah.
then,
so. There's at the 2300 Arena, they're starting to do a Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
With the ECW guys. So coming up, there's a convention at the 2300 Arena, Icons of Wrestling, and it's ECW, like it's just everything.
Okay.
And they're starting to do Hall of Fame. So why doesn't WWE, if they're doing a celebrity wing and all that stuff, why can't they do an ECW wing like a WCW, like because it's not
I don't think
WWE.
you need that. I mean, the guys that should go in the ECW wing are guys who should go in the WWE wing. I have a guy on here who I think should be in the WWE Hall of Fame, Sabu. Why not?
But he'd be going in for his ECW career, not for his WWE career.
Yeah, but Sting has
Same with
done
like Tommy
nothing.
Dreamer. Yeah. Oh yeah.
But you go through that list of wrestlers. How many of them ever really wrestled for WWE? There's a lot, like Bobo Brazil, that maybe a handful of times back in the day, but nothing that I ever remember.
Is
Well, Carlos Colon is in.
Yeah, he murdered a guy
yeah.
allegedly.
And wrestled one Rumble.
Yeah,
That was it.
and his sons came.
Yeah.
Is Sting in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
Okay. But I think Taz.
And at that point, he only had one match.
Well,
He didn't even have at that point, he only had one, didn't he?
No, it was the Mania match with Triple H, and then it was the match with Seth.
The Rollins match. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he only had one when he went in the Hall of Fame.
But like Taz, I mean, not just for his ECW run, but commentating for the WWE for how long?
I mean, and his WWE run wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
And a Kurt Angle's undefeated streak,
yeah.
for what that's worth.
Yeah. No, not really. He choked him out. That was illegal. So I started off with the first one that I knew was not in the Hall of Fame. At least I think he is. I didn't even look it up, but I'm pretty sure he's not. Because you guys are gonna love this. Terry Taylor.
No, he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Red Rooster.
Bullshit. No. He's probably in the Dave Meltzer Hall of Fame.
That's because that's his mole.
But yeah, Terry Taylor. I think he should be in the Hall of Fame, right? Like that's a guy who, again, fucking the Coco Bewares are in the Hall of Fame. Why isn't Terry Taylor in the Hall of Fame?
It was a good hand.
Just for his backstage stuff.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
produced
That's
stuff,
what I'm saying.
worked with
There's
guys.
more to it than that. I was just watching Seth Rollins on Stone Cold Steve Austin Broken Skull, and he was talking about how Terry Taylor was he butted heads with Terry Taylor when they brought him in for NXT because Terry wanted him to do one thing and Dusty was in his ear telling him another thing, but really Terry's in charge, so who's the guy you got to listen to at the end of the day? Dusty might be the bigger star, but Terry Taylor's in charge.
Yeah. Well, one I got on mine. I took it from. I was watching that Tales from
Territory, yeah.
Andy Kaufman, Jerry Lawler really thinks
yeah.
Andy Kaufman should be in. I believe
None of that was going to be either, but
Yeah. But I agree. I think he should. I think you should acknowledge that. Put him in the Hall of Fame.
I mean, he's the one that put Lawler
There's some
on the
people
map, so to speak, because he was only a Southern wrestler.
Yeah,
really.
there's some people that started watching wrestling because of that.
And the thing of it is, too, I didn't
And there's
know
people
that.
that still think it's real.
He never cashed any of his checks from wrestling.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
He did it because he loved it.
He made enough money.
was he the intergender champion too or something? Like he was wrestling women?
That's how it all got started. But
Yeah.
I have a beer koozie of that shirt.
Oh,
The women's the intergender the yellow shirt that he had.
yeah.
Intergender women's world
Yeah.
champion.
So
I mean, is that the greatest work of all time in wrestling?
Well, screw job, and they still haven't even come clean with that.
the first
and the CM Punk fight.
the first year of the Hall of Fame was 1993,
Yeah, that was
Which
Yeah,
is
it was
Andre.
Andre.
Yeah.
yeah.
which
Right
to
after he
me
passed away.
it's surprising that it was that late.
It was
though.
the year he passed away. Yeah.
It's
There's
just
another guy.
But that
probably
wasn't
should-
like it is now. It wasn't a big ceremony.
It was
thing.
just one thing. It didn't even happen like at the
At Mania or
Wrestling
anything.
Mania or
it
anything.
was on Superstars.
Yeah, they
it was
just
a video
do it.
package
Yeah, that
that
was
they
it.
showed.
Yeah,
It wasn't the way it is now.
well, in the
they would
first,
have like a dinner or something.
well, I was gonna say like the first couple, like after Andre was like just the boys. It was like a dinner.
Yeah,
like,
there's
yeah, it
like
wasn't
we
on
are-
TV. It wasn't.
I remember Confidential had remember that show
Yeah,
Confidential.
yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
They played like the first ever recorded one, and it really was. It was like Ernie Ladd, Bobo Brazil.
So I think it was Buddy Rogers.
Yeah,
There's a
so,
lot
like,
of old.
It was like the who's this of wrestling.
Who none of these are still alive.
Yeah. So two guys that I think should be in it also, Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman. I know Paul Heyman's technically still active, but I have a couple active guys on here.
So was Ric Flair.
Ric Flair was the only one, right?
technically he retired.
When he
but,
went
like,
in, he was active for
When he went in, though,
TNA.
yeah, no, I thought he was.
So,
who,
Sean
who went
retired
in?
him at Mania.
Okay, so who? There's somebody
And
that
then the
went
next year.
in and had a match that next night or something.
Hmm.
I thought there was one person that actively.
Stone Cold? No, he was earlier.
Was it Batista?
Batista's not in yet.
Batista's not in.
Not officially.
He shouldn't be. He will be, but he shouldn't be.
He was supposed to go in during COVID. I think
Yeah.
2020 was his.
And Bulldog, they
I
brought
mean-
him in.
Lawler technically was active.
No, but I thought there was somebody who like
Oh, because I thought he went in and
was it
he
Taker?
wrestled
What year did Taker go?
Triple H the next
Last
night.
year? 2 years ago.
Taker just went in this past year, didn't
Was it?
he?
Was it
Yeah.
last year or 2 years?
This year.
This year.
This
Yeah,
past
Okay,
year.
he was
huh?
not.
He's
Okay,
not
then he
wrestling
wasn't at
anymore.
Mania.
He was the headliner.
I can't remember then. I thought that's what it was, but because there's been a lot of Hall of Famers who, you know, I wasn't.
I mean, technically, Edge is active and he's a
Wasn't
Hall of
Piper-
Famer.
That's true. Edge.
Edge is active now. He's a
yeah,
Hall of
but I
Famer.
mean, they went in during their run. I might be wrong.
Foley.
But yeah, Jim Cornette. I don't care. I don't care what people say about him. I fucking love him. He has weird views on wrestling, but he's also fucking brilliant. He's got an old school mentality. You can't break that shit.
And he calls bullshit too when he sees it.
well,
I mean-
some of the bullshit he
I mean,
calls is not
just
bullshit.
for that drive-through story, that's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
But everything, like he's smart. He's Jim Cornette is the reason Seth Rollins didn't sign with TNA. TNA, Terry Taylor sent him his contract. He was going to fax it. Jim Cornette is telling him, no, you do not sign. They are not going to put you over. They're going to put you under. He was the ROH champion. They're not going to take you in. Look what they did to Austin Aries. You know, he's like spouting off all this shit. And he's like, wait, just email John Laurinaitis. And Seth Rollins emailed John Laurinaitis and said, look, I've got a contract. Terry Taylor wants me to sign tonight. And John Laurinaitis called him and said, do not sign it. What are they paying you? Let me get back to you in the morning. And the legend of Seth Rollins began that night because of Jim Cornette. We have Jim Cornette to thank for the Shield. in proxy.
Yeah. Nice.
We have Jim Cornette to thank for Seth freaking Rollins, which is one of the best things going in wrestling right now.
Seth is on my list.
Well,
as far as current,
okay, we'll
current
talk about
guys who will go
but
in.
like if the guys that I have on my list, if they put them in like right now, I don't think Seth Rollins is Hall of Fame worthy right now.
Why not Kobe Ware was? He was a jobber.
I know.
I mean, surprised
Do you
Brooklyn
think, I
Brawl's
know
not
this is
in.
off subject, and this is what I do, but do you think the Shield is statistically and performance-wise the greatest faction of all time? I mean, think about it. They're literally like heading the two biggest companies in America right now.
In terms of overall history,
I mean,
maybe Evolution.
Evolution, but all Flair's title wins were before Evolution.
Okay,
So if you count-
That's what I mean. History.
Yeah, if you count after,
yes, but would Batista have gotten over without Evolution?
probably.
Because that was Randy. Randy was over. I don't remember Batista being over.
he was with Devon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Deacon Batista.
But like Randy was like people fucking hated him and wanted to boo him, which is great. That's what you want.
Yeah, because they knew he was Bob
Batista
Orton's
just
son.
didn't give a shit.
Yeah. By the way,
I think personally, I think the Shield is the greatest faction of all time because they have produced 3 mega fucking stars.
yeah.
They are the headlines for years. I mean, this is what year did that happen? 14?
Yeah.
So we're coming up. I mean, yeah, we're coming up on 10 years of dominance. They started pretty much at the top and stayed there. They never left the top. Nobody ever got stale. Nobody ever wanted to, besides Roman, but that was a different story. They tried to push him down our throats, but he's still fucking doing it.
Dude.
They're headlining. They're like Rollins is the main heel on Raw. Roman is the main heel on SmackDown, and Jon Moxley is the main face. He's the face of the company on AEW. I was going to say Dynamite, but AEW.
Do you think that would be different if it actually was Chris Hero?
Yes. Yeah, I don't think Chris Hero, because Chris Hero isn't going to WrestleMania to face Brock Lesnar and then Seth Rollins cashing in that whole thing. That's not happening with Hero. I love Chris Hero, but he's not that guy.
Yeah,
He's a worker, but he's not really a talker.
He's not that guy.
I'd have to say the NWO though.
Fuck the NWO. No. The NWO is at the bottom of the list because what stars did they produce?
They were already established
stars, but
No. NWO's
Plus,
worse
they
because,
got lost.
especially we're talking about all the members of the Shield, not just like 4 guys that were already over, stayed over.
Horace Hogan?
Stevie Ray and Horace Hogan. No.
By the way,
The NWO was the most fun and the coolest to watch, but the Shield, I don't know, man. The Shield might be fucking cooler. You want to see what the hell was going to happen. And then when the NWO got back together, nobody gave a shit. But when fucking the Shield did the fucking thing with the fucking hands, oh, it was awesome. You know? Do you remember when Rollins and Ambrose, they kept butting heads and like, no, I still don't trust you and I don't still trust you. And then they fucking just hands in the middle while Roman was faking leukemia.
by the way, why did it take until 2015 for Macho to go in?
For who?
Macho.
Macho had to pass away first.
Because he had to die first.
Yeah. Because he had sex with Stephanie. So
No,
Vince
he didn't.
when Stephanie was like 14.
But like
Rumors and innuendo.
2015 just seems really.
He never came back. Never came back.
Nope.
Wasn't even in video games, no merchandise. He was
Not until he
persona
died.
non grata.
Not until he died.
Same with the Warrior. Then the Warrior dies. Oh, we loved him.
The Warrior,
At the very end.
They tried to bring him back, but he just died. They were like, fuck.
But they had that DVD that buried Warrior.
Yeah. And they
The
were
first
working
one.
on the next one, yeah.
As far as the active, like had a match after, maybe Kurt or Goldberg,
It
Run that
might have been
angle.
Kurt.
him and Ronda, and
It might have been Kurt.
or maybe that Shield thing. I don't know.
Yeah, he should put his fucking hand in. So I have 3 people that are currently wrestling that I think could go in this year and still wrestle past it. I'd be okay with it. One of them's Jericho, which obviously is not going to happen. Although, I mean, I don't know. I'm never saying never here anymore. I don't know what's happening.
I think once Jericho is done, WWE will probably reach out and then put
He
him
just
in.
signed a 3-year
like we
He
were
was on
saying.
Broken Skull.
He was on Broken
That's true,
Skull.
working for AEW.
We said about the whole Flair did the thing while he was in TNA.
Yeah.
So
Did in the Hall of Fame with the Horsemen, I think.
yeah. Ray, if Ray went in this year and still wrestled, I don't think it would matter. I think he's done everything. He's Hall of Fame worthy. And Brock.
Oh, okay. That's not who I was going to say, but
Who else did you think?
Orton.
Oh yeah.
Randy
I
Orton.
agree. You're right.
I
You're
mean,
right.
He's
You're
got
right.
nothing left to accomplish either. but-
You're right. Orton.
somebody that's currently active. How about Mickey James?
Is she still active?
She's
I'm
still
talking about
wrestling
active in WWE though. So, but
But I mean, you said Jericho, so
yeah,
That's true.
but Mickey James isn't like every week, like on. Is she? I don't
She's
know.
wrestling on Impact pretty
Okay.
steadily.
I don't know.
watch
I really
Impact,
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's on her farewell tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
Okay, yeah, sure. I actually don't have any women on here.
but
Well, if you're counting active, I mean, Charlotte is another one you could say.
Yeah, no, she's not.
I mean, Beth Phoenix is already in.
Yeah, she's still talking
So
right now.
you said
she got a chair to the head, right? She's out.
you said Jim
Yeah.
Cornette earlier. I had another manager, Slick.
Slick
isn't
not it?
No.
They're not on good terms either, I
Well,
think.
on that, I have. Oh my God,
Joey
one-
Styles.
no,
Oh.
One Man Gang,
Oh.
So I have
AKA
one man gang too.
aka Akeem.
Akeem, yeah.
Yeah,
he's not in.
no, surprisingly.
Akeem wouldn't go now. Like
Why?
that character.
One
A
man
white guy
gang,
pretending to
though.
be black. Yeah.
One Man. He didn't pretend to be black. There's white people in Africa.
I'm just saying.
Just because you hear Africa and you think of a black person does
I'm
not
just
mean
saying,
That's what it, and it
That
was
would
supposed
be
to be a funny thing.
Culturally
Like,
insensitive now, the way the world is.
he's
I don't
from
think so.
Africa. There's, Elon Musk is from Africa.
I don't know who that is.
the guy who
Tesla.
did Tesla,
Not
Oh my
Tesla, owns Tesla.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, the band. I saw them.
No.
He probably
The
owns
car.
them too.
So
$50 in a fucking hoagie and you can buy them.
2019 was the biggest class, and I don't know why.
I don't know who you're thinking of.
He's looking at the list.
2022.
He didn't make up his own list. He's looking up the
No, yeah, 2019. It's just a shit ton of people.
Oh, you mean largest as numbers?
Yes.
Okay.
Most people.
So Tori Wilson, the Honky Tonk Man,
Yes.
Brutus, Brett, Jim Neidhart, China.
Wait, Brett only went in 19. Oh,
he
shit.
wasn't on good terms either. Well, the Heart Foundation
Sure,
went in,
he
didn't they?
was. No.
That might have been 19. Might have been him doing Heart Foundation.
Is that when he got attacked by that random
I think
fan?
so,
in the
yeah.
ring?
Yeah, he was already in the Hall of Fame. I think they put the Hart family or the Hart Foundation because the Hart family or
Hart
I think
Foundation.
Hart Foundation was the way they could get
But-
all of Owen in.
But it's just
right?
it's just Brett and Jim in there.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it's just Brett Neidhart, not even
Yeah.
Jimmy Hart. Yeah,
Well,
Bret
Jimmy
Neidhart.
Hart's already in, but yeah.
So Brett, Jim, China, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, DX, Booker T, and Stevie Ray.
Oh, so that's why, because they did a tag teams and stables.
Yeah.
That's why it's the most.
So
But they-
speaking
the
of
way
Billy,
they had
But
the
Hart
wrestling
and Heat
just
never
broke it
wrestled
down
one
as
match for
single.
WWE. Steve Ray never wrestled a match.
Once they knew it was Stevie Ray.
Yeah.
so speaking of Billy Gunn, apparently he got the okay to.
Billy Gunn isn't on my list, but he's definitely fucking. He should be in there.
He is. Well,
No,
that's
he's not.
Solo.
He's in with
Yeah.
DX.
Those don't
yeah.
count.
He's
I don't
DX.
count that shit.
But apparently Billy Gunn got the okay to be a part of the DX thing.
So
but-
Brian, BG, whatever the fuck you want to call him, Road Dogg, he said that literally up to that day,
Yeah.
they're texting and saying, "It's a done deal. I'm coming in. That's it." And then like that afternoon, hey, it's not happening.
So the reason is, I guess Tony Khan wanted WWE to recognize or acknowledge that Billy Gunn worked for AEW in some way, and then that's when they said no.
Oh, so they wanted to say from AEW Billy Gunn or something like that.
They probably, either would have been fucking, "Oh, scissor me, daddy."
Which I'm thinking they would have done.
Yeah,
And Billy Gunn would have come out with an AEW shirt on or something. Just
we're in a claim
I-
shirt.
I don't know if
No,
that,
I think they all would have just done DX shit.
did you guys also see with the Phillies? Guys were doing 2 seats.
Oh, really?
And-
No, I didn't.
And
Scissor-
scissor-
the scissors, nice.
No, I did not see that. I did see, and this is completely off topic, but the guy that sings that
Colin Scott. Yeah. Dancing on my
"Dancing on My Own," fucking
Oh.
whatever his name is gonna is down to perform it live at the Phillies.
He's a
game.
country singer, I think, isn't he? Callum
No.
Scott.
I
No.
have no. I
I don't
think
know.
he's
They're like
from
a pop
England.
singer from
Oh, I
England.
don't know.
Yeah,
So-
I have no idea who they are.
Bulldog.
But it's not even his song. It's like a cover of a guy named Robin, spelled with a Y's song.
It's a girl.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
British Bulldog only went in 2020.
No,
Solo,
no,
right?
Technically, he didn't. He went in 22 or 21, whatever it was,
Because that was COVID.
Because of COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
That's
part
him
of the
solo,
20 class, but
Not Bulldog.
Speaking of Bulldog,
I
Dynamite is on
I
my
do have,
list.
I have Dynamite on here. He'll never go in, but he should be.
Well, turns out he was a piece of shit, according to that Dark Side of the Ring.
So is Jimmy Snuka, and he's fucking in
That's
it.
true.
So-
So was Hulk Hogan.
Eric
Yeah.
Bischoff is in the Hall of Fame. So I agree with the Paul Heyman thing, and I agree with
Paul Heyman should have been in before Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
Eric Bischoff isn't in the Hall of Fame. He's in because of the NWO,
right.
right?
No, it was him.
no, him.
Oh, did
by
Eric
himself,
Bischoff
yeah.
go in by himself?
Yeah,
Oh,
2021.
And who's there's
Great colleague.
Flair's in twice. Triple H is in twice.
3 times.
There's a
Sean's
couple
in
Sean
guys.
twice.
Waltman is in the most. He's in 3 or 4, right? The Click is in the NWO. Oh no, he's not. He's not part of the NWO, or was he?
I think he was.
He was part
Yeah,
of the end
But he's not in by himself, and he should be.
He's not in as 1, 2, 3 Kid or
X Pac.
Or X-Pac.
X-Pac
Well,
should
X-Pac
be
with
in.
DX.
DX, but not X-Pac. solo.
Sean Waltman should be in though. He's the
But-
guy that they used.
the measuring stick.
He was the guy. Hey, can he go? Go work with Sean.
I think Triple H is in a couple times. What is it?
Evolution.
He's in with the Click.
Evolution's not in.
Oh.
He's in with the Click, and he's in with DX. Triple H. I don't think he's in solo.
Sean is in
Sean's in with the Click and DX.
and solo.
Yeah, so he's in 3. Flair's in with Horseman and solo.
Oh, Sean Waltman's probably in with X Factor. They're in the Hall of Fame, right? Hey, you dealing with the X Factor.
with the hip hop hippo.
Speaking
I
of
got
guys
everything
that
I ever
help
wanted.
get guys ready, what about Tom Pritchard? Dr. Tom Pritchard.
Oh, Tom Pritchard should be. The Heavenly Bodies, fucking gigolo, Joey Del Rey. Hell yeah. With ginger nip hair.
Well done.
Bruce Pritchard.
No. No, fuck Bruce Pritchard. Look,
Oh,
there's a
Bruce
saying.
should be in too.
Bruce should be,
as
and
a
he
producer.
will.
Yeah.
But there's a saying: you take a bullet for Tom, you put a bullet in Bruce.
Yeah.
I mean, Bruce Pritchard is
Tom
a
Pritchard should be.
four-time Karate Hall of Famer
Yes,
or whatever.
8 times,
Eight
maybe
times.
16 at this
Well,
point.
he said he doesn't want to go as himself, but okay, so then go on as Brother Love.
So,
That was a big
but we're
character.
talking about backstage guys and guys training. But how about Jim Johnston?
That's true.
Right,
He's a guy.
He's all the shit you remember is him. You know,
Yeah.
there's a reason. Oh, so another callback. I just watched it, so it's fresh in my head. When Vince was pitching what to do for Seth Rollins' new song, the "Burn It Down" part, that was Vince's idea.
Oh,
Can you believe that?
wow.
That's fucking Vince's
that
idea.
seems way too cool for him.
I know, but he said you need something like a glass shatter. So, you know, like every time that glass shatters, you know what the fuck is happening. He doesn't want just
Just music.
do. Yo, you need something that fucking hits and people know when they hear that. All you need is that, bah! And you know it's Seth Rollins is coming out. I think I agree with that. I couldn't believe that was Vince's idea.
Yeah, wow.
Jim
I would've thought
Johnston.
that was like Seth going, please,
Yeah,
please,
Vince
please
is so
give
out
me
of
this.
touch, you would think.
And Seth didn't even want the scream version at first. There was like a whisper version of it apparently, where it was like, burn it down. And then he heard the scream version. I was like, no, that's the one. But originally he wanted it to be a whisper. What the fuck?
Wow.
Are you kidding me? Could you imagine? There's so many, like, I'd love to know the shit that we don't hear or see.
I mean,
Like the Stone Cold could have been Von
Was he
Dagger.
Chili McFreeze?
Yeah.
McFreeze.
Whatever.
I mean, the music. I had the wrestling CDs as a kid,
Dude,
and
Jim
that was Jim Johnston.
It's
Yeah.
all him. It's all fucking.
And most music since he left kind of sucked. I mean, CFOs were okay.
Well, I mean, Joe's music is amazing. Shinsuke's music is amazing. Alistair's music was amazing. Burn It Down's amazing. Fucking Asuka's music is amazing.
I think
Rhea's music is amazing. What are you talking about?
85% of that was CFOs.
Yeah, that's
CFO
good.
money, but yeah, I
When
just
Finn was face, his music, I liked his music.
Yeah. Yeah. Shinsuke. Did I just do Shinsuke? I don't know.
No.
It's very similar.
AJ.
No, AJ's music is fucking terrible. I hate. No, please. I wish they would buy the rights to the TNA thing.
yeah, I loved his
thing.
TNA song.
But AJ is a
It's fucking
huge fan
terrible.
of that kind of music.
His country gospel
He-
rap.
he
he
loves
loves
that
rap,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, huge hip hop
But
fan.
It's not that huge hip hop fan, but you come out to that.
Wow.
They don't want none. They don't want none.
Probably couldn't
Come
get the
on.
license to what he really wanted.
Sometimes they don't get to pick either. It's just
Yeah, that does not fit him.
They
at
could probably
all.
say, I like rap, and he went, okay, here's a rap song.
yeah. I mean,
No.
TJ, when we had TJ on, he said with his song, he was like, okay, you know, I play games, I
Games,
play,
yeah.
you know. So then they came up with that. AJ probably said, I like rap music. or-
Speaking of games, fucking Rebel Heart, amazing. Hell yeah.
I think the Miz is the same like Seth. Once you hear that, oh, so you know who's coming.
I think Miz and Dolph Ziggler need a new song.
This is a guy that should be on this list. I didn't put him on, but he's a current guy that would definitely make the
Orton's
list.
another one. You hear that music, you know it's Orton.
I hate his music.
I said you hear
I
you know
like
who it is.
his
Mercy Drive.
what's
Burning
Mercy
My
Drive?
Light.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, yeah.
hey, hey,
You can say,
That's after-
change what you
That's
done
solo
to
after Evolution,
me.
right?
yeah. He
That's
Now
hated
it's
that
time to
song.
shine. I'm gonna take.
I mean, Cody
what's
Rhodes has the
mine.
greatest. Let's face it.
He hated that song. Orton.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Which one? Something, Cody Rhodes.
No,
I
so
like Orton's entrance with that too, because the golden shower
yeah,
gap is
yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms, we did this before, but in terms of greatest entrance songs, I think Roman is up there because to me, that's like boss music. Like if you're playing a game, that's the final boss. You know?
But Roman just has the shield
And-
without.
No, he has a new song.
So
It's
now Roman.
his
Okay.
current song.
But like
It's like
Roman's song is the
his-
shield song.
His Tribal Chief song is like boss
Okay.
music, and then Cody.
I don't like
Yeah.
Judgment Day. I get why it's like that, but I don't like it.
So, did you notice Judgment Day? Their solo songs are just really, really slowed down. Of their
Oh no, I didn't. I don't know if I've ever noticed their solo.
so Finn's solo song is his song, but it's like
Slowed down a lot.
a
yeah.
quarter speed.
So what does Dominic come out to solo?
I don't know if he has one. So Rhea Ripley has a news.
No, he comes out
6-1. Oh yeah, motherfucker called himself the Eddie Guerrero of his generation.
So
No, then he said it was the Dominic of his generation.
No, did you hear what they said though after what Gallows called him? He's the James Ellsworth of this generation.
Jimmy No Chain.
Yeah.
Rhea also has a slower version, or not slower, but I guess scream version.
I didn't know they came out to different music solo than they do together. I don't know if I've ever noticed.
By the way, that
I only ever
Judgment
see
Day-
him cut promos.
I like that Judgment Day song,
I don't like it.
but I feel bad for Edge because like he reached out to Alter Bridge for that song, and now he's not even a part of the group.
Yeah, well, whatever. Did you know Miss Elizabeth isn't in?
Huh?
Yeah. I
Miss
on my
Elizabeth
list.
is not.
Yeah.
She's on.
On, in the
She
Hall
should
of
have
Fame.
gone in when Macho went in.
I agree.
I
But
said one as a
anybody who
combo.
sort of had like a drug overdose, they try to sort of stay away.
Do you think? Speaking of, well, this wasn't a drug overdose, but I don't think so. I don't remember. But do you think Sean Waltman kind of went into business for himself when he started shooting on China? Like not shooting on China, but he like grabbed the mic and he wanted to be the first one that said before they started the whole promo, he was like China,
Well,
blah, blah,
he
blah.
he had put out a tweet earlier in the day that he said something about like he wanted China to quote unquote get her flowers. So in other words, get her moment in the spotlight. So that's probably why he did it.
So there was a Q&A with the Outlaws over in England with them sitting in the ring just talking. It's on YouTube. It's like 40 minutes long. It's good. But someone asked, "Do you miss DX?" And they both kind of were like, "Yeah, but we see those guys." And then Road Dogg was like, "I miss China." And Billy's just like, "Fuck you." Like, don't say that shit.
Yeah,
Come on.
don't bring that
Come
up.
on, don't. No, like I don't want to cry in front of all these guys.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, they had a really good rapport though. They're really funny together. They're like, you feel their friendship.
You tell they're friends.
Yes,
Yeah. And they're all
like-
still friends with Hunter too, with Sean. They're all still friends.
yeah. And they're like, and they asked some questions about like still one more run, and Billy's like, "Look, I've got 10 more runs. What are you talking about? I'm a fucking genetic freak. I look amazing. What are you talking about? He's the fat slob."
Well, you said like Jim Johnson. I thought, what about like Earl Hebner, like a referee?
Earl's not
like,
in.
No.
I don't think any referees are in.
I don't think Earl will ever be in though.
Danny
because
Davis isn't in either.
Well, because of that,
Danny Davis
that,
isn't really-
that whole
I mean, he
thing
is
with
a
the
ref, but-
selling merchandise. But I mean,
that's
So-
like that
Realistically,
could have
like-
got them in a lot of trouble.
So, but Earl Hebner isn't in, or Mike Chioda, and Mike Chioda is another one,
But
or Little Nate.
is Tim White in?
or Jimmy Corderas.
I don't think any
Doesn't
referees
matter.
are in.
No,
Not
none.
one.
Wow. Oh,
Nick Patrick?
No,
But
I think
mean,
if anybody was going in, it should be like Tim White should go in because like not only was he a ref, but like he was Andre's guy. He was
Andre's handler.
he was the
Yeah.
guy that rode with Andre.
as Andre wanted him.
Yeah, so he should go in. If they were gonna say like who's the first ref to go in, I know everybody's gonna go Earl first, and then maybe Charles Robinson, but I think it should be Tim White because of what he did.
Now, I kind of have a very unusual one. Now, you could probably pick any guy. I just picked this guy, because of his first name. There was a jobber guy named Tom Stone. Like, he used to wrestle all the time back in the day when we used to watch, like,
Iron Mike Sharp.
Superstars and all that. Like, and he's not in, like, so what about some, like, jobber guys? Like,
Tom
'cause
McGee.
they worked with everybody.
McGee, those fucking jobber Hardys.
That Tom McGee, that missing match with Brett or whatever.
Oh, it's there now. It's
Oh
on
yeah,
the
I see
network.
it on the network. Yeah, but
It's not that good. I don't get it. I don't know.
Well, because he was supposed to be, like, a next big star at that time.
All right, well we'll have a jobber wing. We'll fucking
Barry Horowitz.
will be the
Yeah,
fucking
well,
brawler.
I mean,
put Dwayne
No,
Gale in.
Brawler's not going in. Sexual harassment brawler ain't
I was
going
going
in.
to say Steve Lombardi in.
No, he'll never go in now.
Well, not Pete Rose is in.
That was baseball.
That was not.
He was
He didn't
gambling.
sexually harass anybody. How did you just
Oh.
compare Pete Rose
Baseball.
because of baseball?
Baseball.
I can
now
figure it
there
out
is
now.
there is a thing with him supposedly with
Like
the young
Velveteen
girls.
Dream won't be
Oh,
in.
really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, why would he?
One we've all talked about before, Rick Martel.
So that's my. If we had to end this with Well, yeah, well, fuck it. We'll do it at the end. But yes, Rick Martel is somebody who should be in. Why isn't he in?
Probably concussion thing. He might be involved in that.
There's a bunch of them who are suing WWF, so they can't talk about it or anything.
But again, you want to talk about a measuring stick? Go fucking work with Martel. If you can have a good match, then we're good.
Like I have Demolition on my list. They're not going to go in because of that.
Tony Garea isn't in. I didn't know that.
Wow.
I would have thought he was.
I would have thought he was too.
He's not in.
He was
That's
Rick Martel of his generation.
Right. Oh yeah.
Good hand.
Yeah.
The guy he beat on the way up.
So, with current people, Michael Cole has to go in, right?
No.
For announcers. He's been there like 20 years.
Who puts him in? JBL. Here you go, Michael.
Corey Graves, Lawler. I don't know. Like Michael Cole.
I mean, him and Lawler are
I
friends.
hate Michael Cole.
Really?
I hate Michael Cole. Maybe now that put Pat McAfee in the fucking Hall of Fame.
Dude,
He's had 2 years of experience. He's already better than everyone else.
3 or 4 years ago.
I can't wait for January when he comes fucking back.
I say now, Michael Cole definitely seems like he's enjoying himself, and I can see it.
I always loved that fucking soundbite that got leaked of him responding to Vince McMahon in his ear.
Oh yeah.
The fucking. Do you really want me to keep saying this shit? Yeah, yes,
Michael
sir.
Cole?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understand. Yes, sir. He changes his fucking attitude.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he's talking to like Bruce or somebody.
Yeah.
There's a leaked audio. I'll try to find it for you after the show.
With Michael Cole or
Yeah,
Vince?
it's Michael Cole, and Vince is in his head, and
He's reading like a script or something,
and he's like, I said this shit like 10 times. You want me to keep reading this shit? And then I think he's talking to somebody else, and then Vince gets on, and he changes. Yes, sir. I understand. Yes, sir. Okay. No problem. Yes, sir. It's so funny. It's awesome.
But like Michael Cole now, you could definitely tell he's enjoying himself.
I don't
now.
know. I don't fucking like it.
But he's been there
I
for
still
how
remember
long?
Frosted Tips fucking being pushed around in the back. I'm not Todd.
Yeah.
Getting raped.
Think about
Yeah.
think about how all that shit and
Todd
like,
Pettigill should go in before fucking Michael Cole.
Backlund put him in that chicken wing or whatever his finisher. Was that him?
I don't know.
Crossface chicken
No,
wing?
that would have been Todd. That would have been Todd Pettigill.
No, I mean the second Backlund, that comeback.
No, that's still Todd. That's Todd.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 92, 93, 94, whatever it is.
if Drew Carey's in, Michael Cole should be in, right?
Drew Carey is technically in the celebrity wing.
Still part of the WWE Hall of Fame.
What about Sid?
Is he not in?
Sid is not in.
I think Sid should go in.
Sid's in the Softball Hall of Fame, I believe.
I bet you he is.
Yeah.
And Haku?
I have Haku on my list.
Haku's not in.
Probably afraid to murder people on the way there.
No, he's a fucking
The
sweetheart.
Wild Samoans are in.
That's
But-
Offensica.
Yeah. But
That's
And Keisha's in.
yeah, Rikishi's in.
somebody
What-
from our childhood. How about Jack Tunney?
That
That's not
ended
your
badly.
childhood. That's my childhood.
That ended badly.
No, I thought he just got let go because he was like the president of like WWE Canada or something like that.
Yeah,
right?
he was the on air.
He
Yeah,
was like actually like he like
Yeah,
ran
he was a legit
all
like,
their
promoter
Canadian
in
stuff.
Canada.
But I mean, as far as
It was fucking
on TV,
terrible.
he was just.
I don't know who's worse, him or fucking Nick Bockwinkel in that. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Like Bockwinkel, yes.
Is
I
he?
think so. So Jared just had it in front of him.
But Bockwinkel was like Jack Tunney, but in WCW when Hogan first came in, he was fucking the worst. It's like, how is this guy a wrestler? Like, did you not cut promos when you were a wrestler?
No, that's because Bobby Heenan cut his promos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was mad
Oh,
for Bobby
okay.
Heenan.
I really, you know what I know about Nick Bockwinkel is that, and that he had really good matches with Kurt Hennig. I honestly, everything else I have no
I never
idea.
saw him
He
work.
was he tagged with Dick Murdoch? Was he tagged with somebody? I don't remember.
But
So
I have the kid when he wrestles.
Rikishi
or
is
Ray
in.
Stevens? No, that was Pat. Pat
Patterson.
Yeah.
Rikishi is in, but Too
Mhm.
Cool is not.
Mm,
I think
Scotty should go.
Scotty, yeah, not only for his wrestling, but behind the scenes stuff. And
Hey, work with the women, didn't he? Work with the girls.
He's
Yeah,
the
I don't know.
producer.
I don't know if Brian should.
Yeah, he hung
And then-
himself in prison.
and then
In jail,
In jail.
not prison.
another
I mean,
one,
it's different. So let's be a
It
little
is.
clear. It wasn't in prison.
and then another one that I feel like should be in is Shane Helms.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, what's up
And
with that?
speaking of that, when you're talking about fucking guys working with fucking Jamie Noble,
Yeah,
Jamie Noble should be in.
I'm surprised you didn't bring him up. Well, probably do him solo, but what about the Rockers?
Shut up.
Big Marty.
It's on my list.
Oh, sorry.
And then Tony Schiavone.
Shavante. Diete. Yeah, fucking Tony Schiavone should be in. Even though he only worked like 2 pay-per-views or something like that.
Oh, but he was WCW, wasn't he?
What, Royal Rumble and something else.
He was major. He was big in WCW.
Of course he was. He's the voice of WCW.
Him and Jim Ross. You know.
No, I don't. Honestly, Jim Ross is not the voice of WCW for me. Jim Ross is the voice of the Attitude Era, but yeah, Tony Schiavone is the voice of.
JR and Waller went in together. So
Jim Ross calling and with Jesse Ventura and stuff, but yeah,
Jesse Ventura's not in, is he?
Jesse Ventura is in.
He is.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the first guy that was like, if he's gonna be in, then everybody's kind of open to go in. Like, because they had a big, like, that was a big deal. Like, they had a huge falling out. He tried to start a union or whatever it was.
Yeah, he wanted to unionize.
That was a huge falling out. Jesse Ventura, I don't realize it, so I know that you don't realize it. He was a big fucking deal back in the 70s and 80s or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I just never got. I only know like the fucking boring announcer Jesse, and even still, my bigger thing is I know him as WCW Jesse. Like, is he called Halloween Havoc '92? My favorite Halloween Havoc of all time. My favorite WCW pay per view.
He also sued the WWF.
Yep, and won
because of royalties for his commentating. Vince told him that announcers didn't get royalties from Coliseum Venom. Then he found out that he did, or he was supposed to, and he sued. Yeah, so it was a big thing.
Then they just took him off of it.
And he was also the first one to actually have an agent, too.
Yeah.
My first introduction to Jesse Ventura was it Bad Blood or Over the Edge or something like that?
No, SummerSlam. Are you talking about when
SummerSlam?
when
he was a mayor and he was a referee?
Yeah, they were in Minnesota. He was the mayor of Minnesota. He refereed Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
Taker and
donated all to charity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
he's also very outspoken and political. He'd be
Brian Pillman.
Pillman's not in.
Pillman is not in.
Pillman's gun should be in the Hall of Fame.
No, come on. Brian Pillman.
No, Brian Pillman definitely deserves it.
I mean, he was the branch of that light heavyweight style. Without him, it probably wouldn't have taken off the way it did. Without him and Liger, you know, it probably wouldn't have happened.
Just for that work he did with Sullivan, where he worked himself out of a job.
Yeah, but that's not even like the good Pillman. I'm talking about like Flying Brian.
Yeah,
like he was good. He was very, very good. And Hollywood Blondes was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that car accident was the worst thing because it just he wasn't the same guy.
No, he went through all the surgeries and
he couldn't move like he used to.
What about Tommy Dreamer?
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about ECW,
if you put him in
ECW.
for his ECW career, but not his WWE career, I think put Pillman in. The whole Hart Foundation. I think you say get Owen in that way. Back to Owen. Yeah. The whole, they're all passed away, but Brett now. But yeah, put them all in.
I mean, if I could be serious for a minute, how about
Jimmy
Lance
Hart.
Storm?
Jimmy Hart's not. No, I don't think Lance Storm should be in. To be honest, he's a great wrestler.
He's trained a lot of guys.
Is Dean Malenko in? Dean Malenko's not in.
I don't think so.
If we were had to pick two of the best workers, like technical wrestlers, if you had to say either we're going to put in Malenko or Storm, I'm going to put in Malenko first.
Oh, yeah.
Or put Malenko in with the Radicals. Put all four of them in.
Ooh, that would be a good way.
I do have Harry Saturn on my list.
Huge.
That's a back way for Benoit.
It's not. They'll never. They can't show it. They can't mention it. What are they going to show? What are they going to do?
Show the other three to pretend that guy never. Like they show.
Even Perry Saturday has some fucking demons.
What's that? I mean, Mania at the end where
20
Eddie and Benoit celebrating, and they just show Eddie.
It was 21.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah, that never happened.
No, it was 20. 20. Yes.
Chris Candido.
Yeah, I should.
But his death was shady too. I think.
Yeah, we're talking about guys that like wrestling fans love, but like, did they really do Hall of Coco fucking Beware?
Yeah,
I mean, Chris Candido, he was Skip or whatever. That's what he would go in as.
Fortunately,
not necessarily because
Tammy is in.
There's guys like
but she did everybody in the Hall of Fame.
Nick Bockwinkel never
at the Hall of Fame that year.
He's more known for his AWA run.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. They have
So-
guys in.
What about like Kamala?
I said about Kamala.
I think
was
we
talking to you
talked about that
him.
before. How is he
Did we?
not in?
I
Yeah.
can't believe he's not, and he's passed away now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carino?
Nah.
No.
He's an indie. He's done tons for the indies, although he does work there now. So
He does.
like,
He's a producer.
yeah. So maybe now that he works there, but his wrestling career is probably very little known to an average WWE fan.
If you only watch WWE, yeah, you're probably
Even if you watched the network, you're only catching the tail end of ECW. That's not his best work. I mean, some of his shit with Scum from ROH was really good. His stuff against Carino when it was him and Generico. I don't know. It's tough to say. Yes, I would love Carino to be in. I love Steve Carino. He's my inspiration to actually get in the ring.
Does CM Punk go in?
Maybe
down.
maybe one day.
maybe when he passes,
Yeah.
but he can't
What about-
talk.
I mean, there's the rumors. It's been all over the internet. I don't click on any of the links, so I don't read any of it because I just don't give a fuck anymore about wrestling rumors. But apparently now Hunter is open to talks of CM Punk
I saw that
because now that he's being a dick in another company, now it's okay. I don't
like a YouTube short, and they asked Hunter like, if he
Yeah.
called, would you answer? And Hunter's like, I would answer. I'd talk to him.
yeah.
No,
Well,
I'd talk to
I've
anybody who
seen
calls.
somebody
Really.
put a meme that said, "I guess I got to call that doofus son-in-law."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was a work shoot though. I do have a female on here. I thought I didn't, but Sable.
Yeah.
She can go in with Brock, and Mark Morrow can put him in.
Stephanie.
Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah. She should be in.
I don't think any McMahon should be in the Hall of Fame. It's
Vince-
their family.
When Vince passes, I could see
Vince?
I don't
because
think
Vince's dad is in.
Yeah, but that's Vince
But-
doing an honor to his.
Yeah.
You're right. Stephanie would probably do the honor to her.
When
I don't
her-
know.
when-
But again, it's not Vince. Vince McMahon Sr. did not own WWF/WWE.
Right.
He owned the WWF. It was
Yes.
a
But
completely different product.
Since Vince owned the WWE, or probably still does now, but he
No, he does
officially
not. It's
officially
owns
retired.
it. Nobody owns WWE. It's a shareholder.
Now that he's-
Technically, it's what, Titans?
Yeah.
Titan Sports,
Titan
whoever
Sports.
owns it. Yeah.
Since he's retired, why can't I mean,
You're using that word loosely.
He's working from home.
WWE was Vince McMahon. When you think of WWE, you
Oh yeah,
thought
there's
of
an
Vince
entire
McMahon.
generation. I grew up.
I get that.
I never had Vince Senior. He was long gone by the time I started watching it.
But I don't know.
Don't call him Junior.
I don't think he would ever let it happen.
Yeah,
Because
he'd have
they
to be
do
passed
ask
away.
first. They do ask first. Yeah, he would have to be
He'd
dead.
have to be passed away, and then they do
Yeah.
it posthumously. Like,
Yes.
and then
I mean,
I
no
get
one
you have to honor him after he passes. You have to. I get it.
But do you? Because he ended on a not so great terms. Nothing still has been proven or brought out.
I haven't
but
heard anything.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. But
He'll
those
probably
kind of things
eventually
take a
go
long
in.
time.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
Yeah.
look at the just recently. Look at the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp shit. That stuff they're bringing up stuff from like 2016 and shit. Like who fucking knows? You
I mean,
know?
if he is found guilty of this, then yes, you got to keep him out. But if this all never happened,
Well,
But look
Lawler's
look at the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Hogan.
OJ's still in.
Hogan throws the N word around.
OJ never did anything wrong.
The glove didn't fit.
He is not him. And who's the hot mom that killed her kid in Florida?
Which one?
Oh God, what the fuck is her
There's a
name?
bunch of shit that happens in
It's
Florida.
blanking me.
I know who you're talking about.
Casey Anthony. She technically is not in jail because she was not found guilty.
Yeah, OJ's in jail for fraud or
Beating
Yeah.
people up to steal his own
he
memorabilia.
was
or
selling
something like
his memorabilia, then he'd break in and steal it
that.
back,
Yeah, something like that.
and he got like 35 years for that.
Lawrence Taylor should be in the Hall of Fame. He sold at WrestleMania, right? I mean, why not? You have a celebrity wing. If anybody, he should be like the first in the celebrity wing.
So what about?
Because he's the only celebrity to ever Mr. T main event
That's true.
technically, but he's the only solo celebrity to main event at WrestleMania.
Mr. T's in.
Mr. T is in.
What they only put in Flair, Wyndham, Blanchard, and Anderson for the Horsemen,
something like that.
and J.J. Dillon, I think.
JJ, yeah.
Those 5. What other Horsemen should go in as
Paul
Horsemen?
Roma. Jeff Jarrett.
Mongo.
Mongo should, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to put Benoit in,
Nope.
but Malenko could go in that way.
Pillman. You could have. That's if you didn't want to talk about the guy that fucking died. You could put him in that way.
You said Luger's not in.
Luger is not in the Hall of
That's
Fame.
fucking-
Luger
You know
was
why?
fighting a
Because he
horseman at one
fucking
time, too.
blabbed.
Yeah. Well, Sting, everybody was a Horseman.
He blabbed to the reporter at the bar. I don't think that's true, but
No, he was just talking to another guy at the bar, one of the boys, right? The reporter overheard
I don't know.
because he was drinking.
I don't think
I was
it's
supposed to
real.
win the belt tomorrow night or something.
I don't think it's real no matter what.
What about the Rougeau brothers?
Are they not in
I
it?
didn't know.
Really? Well, of course the Mountie should be in it. Of course.
Put the Quebecers in it. We can get PCO in.
Yeah.
How is Dwayne Johnson not in yet?
Rock is here, yes.
After I think Owen, Benoit, and Rock are your top 3. Everyone says,
But
should
you
be
have you have Kurt Angle in.
Rock will eventually
Oh,
I
yeah.
feel like he should have went in
took a
before
while to get
Kurt.
Stone Cold in.
when he stops making movies and he stops being the hottest star in I don't know. Everybody talks about it. He's like, oh yeah, you like wrestling? What about The Rock? I fucking hate The Rock. Why? He sucks. What the fuck are you talking about? He left. He deserted us. Fuck him. He only comes back when he has to promote shit.
Well, here's one. Cena.
John
Cena's gotta go in.
Of course.
Yeah.
Should he be in now? Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
not.
I guess he's semi-retired, or
Yeah, he's retired. I mean, I kind of still want to see him fucking work.
but you still could. You could like Edge. You could just work part time. But Cena's got to go in.
Oh, definitely.
Christian.
Yeah, he should.
Just like Mr. McMahon just got quiet. Who?
Yeah, he should.
I mean,
The Brood as a group.
the guy who's
but
not Edge.
again, Christian's. We talked about this before the podcast, so it didn't make it on the air. But I was asking about what is Prime Kurt Angle. We were just talking, and he said about Prime Kurt Angle, and I said, "What is Prime Kurt Angle?" I think Prime Kurt Angle is TNA. I think
I
Prime
agree.
Christian is TNA.
I agree.
So
But-
would they like to? I mean, but it's a new WWE. I'm actually very curious to see what goes on this year.
Christian's in the TNA Hall of Fame.
He is. Yep.
Oh, that's because
That story still makes me
Because
laugh.
he was traded for Ric Flair.
Bruce Pritchard's like, you can have anybody you want. Except for, what was it? Taker, Cena.
Yeah, that's like I think that was it.
Taker, Cena, and then
probably Trips.
you couldn't have Vince
Well, why
himself.
would they want Trip?
Anyone else on the roster you can have, and you took Christian.
Yeah. Well,
But I mean, Christian
Vince is probably like, you can keep him.
even in WWE, that whole Edge retiring thing, he finally got a world title. It was kind of like a
same
Ray
thing with
treatment.
Ray, though.
Yeah. And then he went to ECW and made that his, like, I don't want to say made it his own, but that was,
To know what you think, what Vince thought
I
of
think-
him when he came back from TNA, he debuted on ECW.
I enjoyed Christian with Tomko, Captain Charisma. Like,
Yeah.
that was,
I
for
like
me,
his
that was my
entrance theme.
favorite
That's
Christian.
one of my favorites.
His
Yeah.
his TNA was good though too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he still uses the TNA one.
Well, a version of
it's
it. It's not the same thing. But
it was Evanescence. It was
Is that who does it? Really?
in TNA. Yeah,
I didn't
they
know
did. Yeah, it was.
I like this first one when he went solo. That and now you're on your
I
own.
love that.
With the-
Christian!
with the- Yeah, the
drama. Yeah, drama
Yeah, that
comedy.
was cool.
I liked that. Yeah, I did. I really liked that. Here's one that's definitely going to go in. How could he not? Big Show.
Yeah.
Mark Henry, same thing.
Fuck Mark Henry. He never drew a dime. Who the fuck did he ever beat? Dude.
But I thought Coco Beware.
So
Pez Watley is in. He was Vince's limo driver.
Oh,
Christian's TNA song wasn't exactly Evanescence, but
Oh.
they're saying it's a ripoff of that
Oh, okay.
Evanescence
So they
song.
couldn't get the license. So
Yeah.
they found another girl. Could you sing just like that?
No, it
Yeah.
wasn't even singing. It was just instrumental,
music?
but it
Oh.
sounded like the My Last Breath from Evanescence.
I don't know the song. I don't know Evanescence. I only know that one song.
Everybody knows the song.
The song. I never got into them. I don't know. They just never hit for me.
But Sami Zayn's song.
Sami Zayn's song is amazing. Which one? Not
His older one.
one.
No, the one that used to come out like dancing to when he
Yeah.
first started. Yeah. Like the
Yeah.
I don't know if whistling comes through
the Poppy and Punk one.
Do 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 do.
Yeah. I don't like
ska.
I mean,
it's ska. It's not pop.
It makes sense, but I don't like that it starts with that and then it just goes into the heel.
Yeah. Same thing. The song's amazing. Yeah. Skip around that shit. Here's the last one on my list that we haven't talked about, even though Joe blew my spot with fucking Marty because he should be in there.
New Rockers.
Demolition.
Yeah, I can't believe they're not in.
Yeah, I know.
They'll never be in.
Is LOD in?
Yeah. Including Ellering, right? They included Ellering with that.
Yeah, I think so. No.
Just those Hawkeye one Ellering. That's it.
Yeah.
Just those.
Yeah, I think Demolition should be in, but because of, again, until they die, maybe. But I think there's that big falling out but Vince isn't there. Maybe it's never say never anymore. There's guys there that you thought you would never see. So I don't know. I don't know who will never be in. Is there actually a person who will never be in?
Probably Owen Benoit.
No, definitely Benoit.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about the thing? Do you want to talk about what I brought up the other night in the group chat? So I was watching Royal Rumble 2001. Yeah, Royal Rumble. Ladder match. Benoit versus Jericho.
Okay.
And for some reason, they're talking about. So I was watching through OSW, and they're talking about how the one guy still has a Benoit shirt, but he just has it packed away. It's just in a box. And, he can never wear it again. And I thought, well, fuck, there's people who walk around with John Wayne Gacy and Ted Bundy. And, Dahmer's got this hit new show on fucking Netflix.
He's the thing now.
Why is that okay to wear that stuff? But Chris Benoit, who, okay, what he did was terrible. I'm making zero excuses for it.
But he's not a serial
killer.
It's
not as bad as someone like Ted Bundy, who murdered and raped post-mortem and bit people. Jeffrey Dahmer, who fucking ate people. It's not as bad as that. Why is that? I don't know.
Well,
I was bringing this up as not even. I didn't want to have a discussion. I didn't want to have an argument. I didn't want to I wasn't to be funny. I know a lot of times I joke about shit, but I wasn't even trying to be funny. Just why? Why is that okay? Why do we as a society accept these serial killers as pop culture icons?
Celebrities. But
a guy like Chris Benoit, who actually did do things that were something for pop culture, and that something happened. We will never know what happened in that house those 2 nights or whatever it was.
It probably had something to do with brain damage.
They say he had the brain of an Alzheimer patient, an 85-year-old Alzheimer patient. Chris Nowinski still thinks it's, and I'm going to trust him. I know a lot of people don't know who he is, but I trust him. I think he's a very brilliant guy. He's done more than just wrestling stuff. He weighed in currently about someone say it for me, the guy from the Dolphins.
Tua
Tagovailoa.
There you go.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Tua.
I can't say it. It doesn't come out of my mouth.
Tagovailoa.
I have him in fantasy football. I can't say his name.
Tua tongue of violin. I don't know.
Tua. That's fine.
Tongue of violin.
He recently said he would like to examine him, and he spoke out about this. Is that you're taking steps back by letting him play? But that's beside the subject. But I think it's weird that we don't accept Benoit. We accept Michael Jackson. He still plays on the radio.
The only thing I can think of is when I had answered you in the group text and said people are obsessed with true crime.
And they are, and I am too. I love that shit. But
and that's what they were known for. Whereas Benoit, everybody found out, and they had that tribute show to him. Everybody felt sad, and then you found out the truth, and it's what a fucking piece of shit.
Okay,
I was just crying the night before.
I've got another one. That
Benoit is a hero.
I've got another one. I've got another one though, and you guys will feel differently for this than probably Jared and I, because we didn't live his fame.
Snooker?
No. OJ. We talked about him earlier, right? We said something about OJ, yeah. OJ, he was a huge star. Again, technically he is not guilty, but we all make jokes about OJ and everything's fun. Pop
OJ
culture
will kill you and all that, yeah.
Pop culture is okay with making OJ a joke. He even had like a Girls Gone Wild type video where he pranked people, and like he would like come around the corner with a fake knife, like he's gonna stab people. It's fucking crazy. I'm serious. This is a real fucking thing.
In terms of wrestling, you have guys like Snuka.
Snuka Snuka's stuff was not brought public until after he died, right before he died. He was like disabled in a wheelchair. He was barely living.
But what difference does that make? Away. Benoit was dead after
It doesn't. It doesn't.
And
but I personally don't give a fuck about Jimmy Snuka. I didn't even care about him that much to begin with, so it was easy for me.
Like Moolah, everyone kisses her ass, greatest woman wrestler of all time.
Well, they at least changed the trophy,
but she was like pimping out girls and stuff. Like,
yeah, literally, she was selling girls to men, not even just wrestlers, just men, and like selling their bodies to these people.
As part of her training.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. This is a whole other episode. I know we got off on a tangent here, but it's something that's fucking weird for me. I hope that in 10, 20 years, we can talk about Benoit's wrestling ability and the shit he did in the ring and not have to worry about the backlash of
and that's why I think
what he did.
You should be able to put him in and say, like, look, we're just saying for his wrestling career, him as a personal human being, piece of fucking shit.
Yeah.
Whereas wrestling thing, same with OJ. Like,
I look at him the same way as Michael Jackson.
They left him in the Hall of Fame and said, hey, look, he was found not guilty. We're just saying his football career.
Or that fucking director, right? Was he a director? What's his name? Weinstein?
Oh, he was the head of a studio.
Right.
By Weinstein.
Okay, you're not gonna like never ever watch any movie that that studio has ever produced again, right? Like that's not a thing. You can't not do that.
And I think the problem is,
but he's a piece of shit, Or Jimmy Savile, right? He was a record producer. I think he was a British record producer. I think. Am I getting the right guy?
I don't know. It doesn't sound familiar, but
okay. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong.
Well, if you tell, maybe you might know who he's talking about.
I don't remember hearing anything about a record producer getting in trouble.
I think he was British.
I think the problem with Benoit is because it's happened so long ago and because there's been so many different takes on it, it's almost impossible for somebody to talk just about his wrestling career without bringing up what happened.
Oh, Chris Jericho's book, he said, I'm going to talk about Chris Benoit, the person I knew was my friend and wrestler, not what he did. Well, and he would talk about it, bring it up. Yeah.
I think, though, maybe WWE standard, it's because they did that whole tribute show. Everybody felt sad. Telling stories.
So hold on. Let me just interrupt.
Then the truth came out.
Jimmy Savile was a DJ and a television personality and a radio personality. That's what he was. I knew he had something to do with music. He's a huge British icon. Apparently.
I think with Benoit as well, WWE is afraid of, if it is something relating to the brain.
Well, but
that might fall back on them.
They've done the right steps. You got to stop living in the past. Okay, we didn't take the right protocol now, but now we are. If a guy fucking Sin Cara breaks his pinky, okay, then he doesn't wrestle. I don't think I think he
that's now, wrestle, but I mean, think about the steroid scandal.
The guys in the 80s wouldn't make it today getting tested.
No.
All those guys they were all roided up.
But on the flip side, though, the guys of today wouldn't make it in the 80s.
Yes.
So
bigger and better.
Yeah.
Monsters. Yeah.
Because it was larger than life. Yeah. Now it's more of, hey, you can do it too.
And you can look big, but it has to be like a natural big.
Yeah.
Not like a stop by the drugstore.
Big like Omos.
Yeah. Or Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
And now
who are not on this list. They are not going in the Hall of Fame. Fucking Braun Strowman probably will.
And nowadays
Big Show. Yeah, he's next. But he was good.
But he was
giant.
He was big,
really
like
good.
Tall, not big.
Listen, if the Great Khali is in, all right.
Great Khali is in the Hall.
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Well,
2020 or something like that.
I was gonna say, did he go in with fucking Tori Wilson?
And nowadays too, the guys have guaranteed contracts. Guys in the 80s, it's you wrestle or you don't eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I mean,
here's my list. and I want to say, Justin, in response to the message you sent me in the group chat,
Did you fucking
challenge accepted.
okay?
I literally have
Don't
a
say
list here
Triple H.
of
He doesn't count.
nope.
Okay.
I went through thousands of names to find guys
Just for fun.
whose last names end with the letter H.
So John, when we come up with our topics through a group chat, usually, and John was like, "What did you say? Like,
What was the
what's
criteria?
the criteria?" And I was literally walking my dog, and I was just being funny. I was like, "Names that end in H." It's like, okay.
I'm like, first or last
First
name.
or
He's like,
last.
both. I'm like, all right.
Okay.
So some we already mentioned. Like I have Crush,
Oh God.
Smash,
Good.
Butch, Bushwhackers.
Okay. Not
Or-
Butch Reed,
They're already in.
because Butch Reed should be in.
You also do Pete Dunne Butch if you want, whatever.
Oh, okay.
David Boy Smith Jr.
Ooh.
or D.H. Smith or Harry
Tyson
Smith,
Kidd.
whatever you want to call him.
No, he doesn't end in H. Shut up. Let him go.
Tiger
he should
Ali
shut up.
Singh.
Nice.
And Tiger Jeet Singh.
Well, I was trying to like not have
Okay.
a lot of the same name.
Okay.
Seth Rollins.
Freaking.
How about Heidenreich? Here you go. Leo Rush.
Yeah, okay. He can carry someone's bags to the
Miss
Hall of
Elizabeth,
Fame.
which we said. How about Beulah McGillicuddy?
Very good.
Nash Carter.
Oh, okay.
He won't be getting in.
No, he well.
No.
I mean, he has.
I mean-
it's come out that the shit was put out by Kimberly. It's not. It
How
was,
about him wearing a Nazi
I mean,
uniform?
yes,
is gonna
the
get him.
Nazi thing is not okay.
Zach Gowen. Savannah. She was a
Okay, was that
backstage interviewer.
Ryder?
Yeah,
And-
I remember.
No, Zach Ryder, Z-A-C-K.
Oh, is
This
it
is ZACH.
Oh, okay.
Crash.
Wait, yeah, Hardcore's not in.
Crash Holly.
Bob Holly.
He just needs the
Aaliyah, who's currently on the
No,
roster.
shut up.
No, it's because her last name ends with an
Okay.
H. Mosh.
Yes,
The
he
Headbangers?
they should be in. Both of them should be in.
Simon Gotch.
He'll never get in.
Aiden English.
More people end in H than I thought.
Sunil Singh and Samir
Who
Singh.
the fuck is? Oh, okay.
The twins that were
The
with Jinder.
Bollywood boys. Yeah.
Becky Lynch.
Okay.
How about JD McDonough?
No, JD McWhatever.
Make whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
That's not his name.
How about
then. His
Art
name-
Truth?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he- honestly, he
be
should.
in.
Yeah.
Keith Lee?
No, he'll never get in.
Heath Slater?
He might make it in.
Uncle Zebekiah?
He should. Dutch.
Everyone.
Wait, but Dutch is
Dutch Mantel's
you could've
not
said
in.
Dutch. Isn't that Zeb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Zeb.
But that's name
But
ends
Dutch-
in H.
Dutch.
Dutch does.
Yeah, Dutch Mantel.
He's not in, is he?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
Why would you pick Zebekiah? Dutch works.
It's funnier.
It is. It is funny.
And Dutch
That's
Mantel technically didn't work for WWE, but Uncle Zebekiah did.
Yeah, true. That's true.
Speaking of Dutch
I-
Mantel, trivia night. The very last question
Oh, yeah,
was
yeah,
relating
Dutch,
to
Smithsonian.
the Smithsonian, which was
He should
courtesy
be in
of
the WWE Hall of Fame though because of that.
the territories.
Territories.
So,
Yeah, Tales from the Territories. Yeah.
I haven't seen that yet, by the
I
way.
just,
You should
I
watch
just
it.
thought
It's
of
really
another one though too when you were like going on. What about Mike McGurk, first female ring announcer that I remember?
I don't know her. We've
Blonde.
talked about her
She was
before,
Asian.
but yeah, I don't know.
Didn't she file a sexual harassment lawsuit against him? So she might
Maybe.
be on the shit
So
list.
Mean Gene is in. Finkel's
Okay.
in.
Yeah.
Why not Lillian?
I don't know.
Tony Chimmel.
I don't know. Why not Justin Roberts?
Justin Roberts should be in.
Why is it what's
No, wait.
Why isn't what's his face, the most famous announcer of all? Can't think of his damn name now. He did a lot of WCW.
Wait, I don't think I can say it.
Bruce,
I think we
Bruce
might-
Buffer?
I actually
Michael
think we
Buffer?
would owe him money if I said
Michael
it.
Buffer.
Yeah, which one was it? Bruce or Mike?
Michael Buffer.
Michael Buffer.
Michael, yes.
Bruce is
is UFC.
Boxing, he did it.
It's time. I like that better anyway. 'Cause- Yeah, but yeah, he sued that game and won.
He
They-
copyrighted Let's Get Ready to Rumble.
He copyrighted it on
Owns
on an episode of like one of the off shows. They used to have like a backstage show of WCW Nitro. It was like I forget what it was called. But anyway, he actually like just straight up starts shooting and saying like, and if you ever hear anybody saying that, please write me to this address and this fucking PO box and this like let me know and we'll fucking pursue legal actions. What a piece of shit. It's fucking words.
So NXT Halloween Havoc was this past weekend.
Yeah. I caught a couple matches.
I didn't watch it at all.
According to NBC, Halloween Havoc this year was the top watched standalone NXT pay-per-view since the Peacock merger.
Okay.
So
that's cool.
How do you get ratings on like Peacock though? It's tough to get ratings.
Standalone ratings though. Yeah. So this is standalone, meaning just NXT.
I watched like 4 matches.
So
I did not make it to the main event.
That was good.
What was the main? Braun and
the
other
JD
two?
McWhatever
and Ilya.
And the name he's afraid to say.
No.
Ilya Dragunov. Yeah.
So Wes Lee won the North American title.
Yeah. We should do an episode about best North American champions. Now we're pretty deep.
There's a lot of black North American champions.
You guys,
Good for Wesley though, because he's got sort of shit.
If you go back and listen, I'm pretty sure we all thought, he's fucked.
Yeah, his partner,
he's done.
Left him high
There's no way he's going to get anywhere.
Did you guys see the thing with him and Sean after?
Yes, I did see that.
I thought that was very cool.
I thought Wesley was going to be Shane Thorne,
who
when Nick Miller ditched him,
burned his mask. Well, so we don't know.
Oh, that was him. I read online it was Dijakovic.
So Dijak is getting
Is it Dijakovic?
Yeah, Dijak is under the NXT roster as Dijak.
Yeah, he burned his T-bar mask.
I thought it was fucking gonna be Shane.
I think Shane Thorne doesn't work there anymore,
doesn't he?
No, I think he got released with that
UK badge,
massive cut of 100 guys.
Why hasn't he been signed to AEW and been the world champion yet?
Apollo Crews.
I like that tag team TM61.
That was I saw the coffin match. Apollo Crews and
Grayson Waller.
Yeah. That was actually really good.
Match, yeah.
So they did a false finish where Waller pushed Apollo off of the top rope and he went through the casket. But because the whole point is you have to close the lid, when he goes through it, he can't close the lid. So then lights go down, druids bring out another casket. Really cool. And one of them, I don't remember which commentator said it, but they said double wide, double deep. And I was like, yes, fucking Yokozuna casket. But it was a good match.
Storage and it's got it out.
Yeah. It was a good match. It's weird to see like a non-mystical character. So their match was a spin the wheel, make the deal match. So, or I think they called it pick your poison match or something.
No, it's
spin the wheel. Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize they were feuding. Okay.
Yeah. But now it looks like Waller is going on to Wesley.
Oh, he's not going to be one of Bray's guys?
No.
They're not bringing him up.
That's all speculation.
Yeah,
but I didn't know if they were going to write him off TV.
It might take a while.
I mean, they added a new member to Gacy's group. So
yeah. Now they're just Judgment Day. 3 guys and a girl.
So, who won, Waller or Cruz?
Cruz
won, yeah.
Okay.
But then Waller comes out on NXT this week, and now he wants a shot at Wesley.
Okay. So Roxanne Perez beat Cora Jade. I think that was also a spin the wheel.
Oh yeah, and that was a
weapons wild match.
They had a terrible spot where she was supposed to the balcony spot, right? It was fucking
Cora Jade was part of a tag team.
They split up.
They hurt. That was them.
Her. They were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's why they wanted.
That's why Rhea was on.
Rhea and Raquel were on versus each other because they also were a tag team and split up. So that's why Cora got Rhea and the other girl got Raquel.
Well, no, I thought it was Raquel had to
each
on
pick
Rhea
their
Ripley. They picked their opponent.
Each picked their opponent.
Yes, they picked their opponents, right.
Yeah.
So
their opponents.
So Roxanne had to take on Rhea.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. That's why Cora picked Rhea.
Yeah.
Because the other girl, Roxanne, picked.
Which it just happened.
Raquel.
Yeah, Raquel, yes.
Julius Creed beat Damon Kemp in an ambulance match. I don't know either of those guys.
I caught the end of that.
I took a shower during it. So
are they a tag team? The Creed brothers?
So Creed is a tag team, but one of them is injured because this guy, Kemp, was like the last member to come into the Diamond Mine, but then he beat on people. Like he turned his back on them.
I know he's the one who, like, from the inside out, broke him apart.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone thought it was Roddy.
Right, exactly.
They were tilting it towards Roddy's the one.
But now Roddy's injured. Kayfabe, I think. I don't know.
And then we had Mandy Rose beat Alba Fire.
Yeah, I really.
What's that? That's like Kaylee Ray.
That was a good match.
Yeah, I think that's Kaylee.
They did
Kaylee
kind of
Ray.
like a cinematic thing before that.
God,
match,
Mandy's been
so-
champ for like
Yeah, they did something where she took her to a haunted house or something.
Yeah.
Mandy been champ for like 2 years or something, a year and a half.
Yeah.
Her and Braun. Yeah. And then
the match she paid tribute to her brother who had just passed away like a couple days before.
Oh, okay.
I will say that I do like that new Mandy Rose figure, the one you showed me
Yeah,
with
I
the
haven't
wings.
seen it.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, I'll pick
I
it
like
up if we see it. But yeah, that's a nice figure.
I like it.
and
yeah.
then Braun Breaker retained against Ilya and
Yeah.
JD McDonough.
Yeah, I really thought it was going to be. I thought we were going to, start either give it to JD or give it to Dragunov, and Breaker goes to the main roster.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Let
have to
them
lose.
yeah, exactly. Let them two feud over it. Maybe give Braun one more match, and then just send him on. He's ready already. He's there.
He got rocket strapped.
So
Yeah.
what's with Breaker and breaking the NXT signs? He did it when they changed to the
He
shitty
did.
version. Then he
Yes.
did it. When
Oh,
they
did he
changed
do it? I didn't
back.
see that. I did not see
Well,
that.
he's sort of the face of the company, whatever.
He is the face of NXT 2.0.
Was his
and
dad there again?
I don't know. They didn't show. I don't think so. But they did keep showing Chucky in like all the locker rooms. Yeah, it was fucking weird. They're doing the Chucky thing.
Call
then-
back to that.
Well, it's because it's sci-fi and they have
Halloween
that partnership.
Havoc.
Yeah,
Plus,
But Chucky is a
was
TV
with
series.
WCW.
Yeah, it's
Whenever
good
him and
show.
Rick Steiner had the
he
argument.
did. Yes.
So they didn't have the NXT tag belts weren't defended. They
No,
weren't
that
on?
was so it was Tag
Tuesday
Team
night.
Tuesday or Tuesday Tag or whatever the fuck they called it.
Oh.
So both tag teams titles were defended last
women's?
night, and I think both of them were stayed.
Who are the women's tag champs? in NXT?
Casey something, the tiny girl that I
Kat
liked
and
from
Zara.
the
Oh, one from the Rumble a
Katana?
couple years ago
Yeah.
that we liked.
Katana
Okay.
and what's the
Who
other?
I don't know their partner's name, and they took on.
They're tiny girls.
Nikita Lyons and I can't remember.
She the girl that does the
her name.
split for her finisher.
Yes.
Big,
She's the
tall,
kick-
blonde girl.
She's a jiu-jitsu or kickboxer or something like that. Yeah. She's really
And who-
honestly, she's a really good. When she first came on, so I'm in MMA groups because I do like MMA. I try to keep up with it, but man, like my groups merged and everyone was like, "Holy shit! I can't believe she left MMA for this." And it's like, well, okay, it wasn't MMA. I don't remember what it was. It was like Taekwondo stuff or something. I don't remember, but either way, she's really fucking good at that. And they couldn't believe she left to do pro wrestling, but she seems okay at this.
So sort of what the Ronda Rousey route.
Yeah.
Well, from there to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Better than Ronda Rousey.
And who's the men's tag champ in NXT?
The big, tall model
Pretty
guys.
deadly.
Yeah, there you go.
That is.
They're
They
big,
came
tall
from
model guys. They're if Zoolander was 6'5".
Did they wrestle somewhere else on a different name, or are they
No, I don't
completely
think so.
new? They're
No,
totally
Yeah.
rookies.
No, I think they came from NXT UK. I thought.
They might. They might.
I mean, they did come from like AEW or Impact.
No,
They're
And then-
that's what he meant.
strictly
So-
NXT guys. Okay.
NXT's next premium live event is Deadline.
Ooh.
It's called Deadline. So they didn't specifically say this is why, but there's reports saying that people in charge of NXT gave everybody a deadline of you need to get better by this date or you're going. I don't know if that's why it's called Deadline, but
Maybe.
it's the same day as the Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
I saw that. Yes, they are running the same day as.
I'd rather watch Ring of Honor.
I don't get like
Depends
this
on what
one
Ring of
guy
Honor's
work.
gonna
I
be.
don't watch NXT because I don't know any of those people and they all suck.
But you're not
But
going
that's
to know
the
them.
point.
You understand that Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion.
But
You
I would say,
wouldn't
like,
know Seth Rollins if he didn't
When
go to NXT.
you go
first.
see the Reading Phillies, do you know any of those players?
I do now. Scott Kingery.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
at
have
the
a
time
signed
they're
Scott Kingery home run ball.
they're
because I
minor
saw him at the
leaguers.
Red
They're young
Phillies.
guys who are here to learn. That's what NXT is.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Roman and those guys.
No.
You're supposed to.
But they are integrating that. Our Truth was on the week before. They had all those fucking
Oh yeah,
stars.
Kevin Owens was on. You said, yeah.
Oh,
Well, like Ryan Howard and
yeah, he came.
Jimmy Rollins
Yeah.
came from Reading
But
Phillips.
then when you saw them when they were first starting, you're like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
Later on, it became stars. That's what NXT is. It's the minor leagues. They're here to learn.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
they're going to botch matches. That's what they're here for.
Yeah.
Screw it up here before you screw it up there.
Yeah.
But nobody gets it. I don't know these people. Of course you don't.
Yeah. That's the point. But
Yeah, and they're also doing away with the day one pay per view.
Yeah. So
something else.
day one was initially listed as a PLE, Premium Live Event. and they got rid of the PLE part of it, and it's now going to be a house show.
Like Saturday's main event is house show now.
And Triple H also went on, I don't want to say went on record, but there's reports saying that Triple H no longer wants gimmick pay-per-views.
Good.
Chamber is going to change to No Way Out like it was before.
I would love that.
Getting rid of
Rumble.
that.
I like the Rumble.
No, Rumble's
I think Rumble. Bring back King of the Ring. You're a formal King of the Ring winner.
I think I saw he wants to bring King of the Ring back.
I want the tournament all one night, not just the final match.
Well, if it's a pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah, but they cut that down to every night on Raw, and then the final match was.
You can have like the qualifiers, but you should have to have at least 3 matches.
Yeah, have your guy wrestle
to be the King of the Ring.
So Chamber is going to go back to No Way Out, which it was before. Well, it was No Way Out, and
no, it was Survivor Series. It started as Survivor Series. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Don't
Sorry.
you dare
Sorry.
tell me no.
Yes. 2002.
Shawn Michaels fucking won.
Yes.
Before you start throwing stuff, this is my house, please.
Yes. But as a pay-per-view, right? It started at Survivor Series, but No Way Out became the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
No, December to Dismember became the Elimination.
New Year's Revolution.
The greatest chamber of all
December
time.
to Dismember became the Elimination
Chamber's going to be No Way Out, and it's only going to be like a specific, thing. And then he also mentioned Hell in a Cell, getting away from that pay-per-view and just doing Hell in a Cell.
Ooh.
Because I like Hell in a Cell better when it's you guys need to end this right fucking now.
So, do you know what terrible accolade both Seth Rollins and Stone Cold Steve Austin share? Worst match of the year.
In a Hell in a Cell.
Seth Rollins is Hell in a Cell with Bray.
And the Armageddon?
What do you think?
The 6-person?
Nah, not even close. What do you think Steve Austin's worst match is?
Worst?
Yep.
In a Hell in a Cell?
No. That's not what I said. I said they share the accolade of worst match of the year.
Probably Vince.
Nope.
St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
Nope. It is PN News.
PN News.
And Bobby Eaton versus
Stunning
Steve and Terry Taylor. I think
that
in a scaffold match.
That is such a 90s early WCW
in a
lineup.
Scaffold match. It's terrible. I've seen it.
Well, PA News is like 400 pounds. He didn't get his fat ass up there. He never did shit.
Yeah.
So he didn't make the list. Firebreaker Chip wasn't on your list for Hall of Fame.
So
it's true.
Who do you think should be in the Hall of Fame? That isn't.
Marty Jannetty is if you had to pick one person to go in this year that's not in there, who do you pick? I pick Marty Jannetty.
Okay. And
Ken Shamrock.
Ken Shamrock's not in?
No.
Oh, shit. That's your one pick.
No, I'm just saying we forgot to mention him. I just thought about him.
Well, hold on. No, I want to end it with you have one pick. We're putting 4 guys in the Hall of Fame this year. They message us on Instagram. They say, you guys get to pick who goes in the Hall of Fame. Who you picking? I'm Marty Jannetty.
And they can't be the ones we said are off limits?
Yeah, let's stay away from those.
All right. Damn, that would have been my pick. Just because I'm a fan. I don't have to think about it. I don't know.
Who's the one guy you're putting in?
Hold on, look at my list here. Hold on.
I mean, mine was easy. It's Marty.
I'd have to say, off the top of my head, I can't think of anybody we didn't mention. But
I didn't say we didn't mention.
Okay.
I didn't say we didn't mention.
I'd say this year, Paul Heyman.
That's a good one.
I would say Bam Bam.
Yeah, that's a
good one too. I would just go with because she should be in Miss Elizabeth.
Okay.
She should have been in
Elizabeth headlines then. Elizabeth headlines.
She should be in. Let's just not mention her drug overdose.
Who inducts Elizabeth?
Luger? Still alive?
That's kind of.
I mean, he introduced her to drug.
That's a touchy subject. Hogan.
He takes the hit for killing her, and he didn't really kill her.
Yeah, he was just instrumental.
He just turned her on to that lifestyle. Yes.
Who inducts Heyman? Brock, right?
Dreamer.
Yeah.
Or
Dreamer works for the other company.
So does Bubba.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter anymore. Didn't matter when Vince was in charge. Yeah, Dreamer, Bubba, or Brock, but Brock's not getting up there and fucking talking. So
never know. Vince got up with Taker. Taker got up there.
Yeah, but Vince can talk. Brock doesn't really talk.
Yeah.
He just grunts.
All right, who puts in Bam Bam?
LT. It's got to be LT.
Or
He's the
Taz.
one that-
Taz. He went through the
Taz,
ring.
yeah.
That is what I first think of. When I think of Bam Bam, I think of Taz.
Through the stage.
But you know who they'll probably get? Like Ted DiBiase, because he's part of the $1 Million Corporation.
Yeah,
and Ted can talk.
Yeah. I mean, Marty's pretty easy, right? It's got to be
It's
Sean.
got to be Sean.
Are they on
Sean.
good terms?
Who the hell else?
I think so. I don't know.
They were never
They would be if it's for money.
like enemies. It was just sort of Sean took a step back. Like
No, they were enemies. Sean got him fired.
Marty
remember?
himself fired
No.
because Marty's got demons.
No. There's an instance where Kurt Hennig had to step in and say, no, Marty was not drugged up. He wasn't doing anything. Sean, after Royal Rumble, maybe, he went in and said Marty was drugged up in the locker room, and they all just believed him. And
I
just
remember
fired
hearing
him.
that story.
I never heard that story.
And then Hennig was the one who was like, no, that's not how it was. So that was the punishment when they did the Raw switch where fucking Jannetty won it. That was Sean's punishment for that, was that he should have dropped the belt. And that's why Hennig was there, to make sure that he dropped it. Yeah. So they were enemies. He's a dick. Shawn Michaels, the best years of Shawn Michaels. I still love my drugged up asshole Shawn Michaels, but he's a fucking dick.
I know we got Marty a few when Marty came back and wrestled Kurt on that one Raw. It was Sean.
Yeah.
Who
No, I mean, he just wanted. It was supposed to just be that one off. Then he ended up getting a contract. And he fucked it up. Yeah.
Sean has reached out a few times and helped him out. But
Well, Sean saved him. You know, he dipped his head in water, and now you're fucking godlike.
I know. Last I heard, Sean had sort of like taken a step back. Like we're like,
How can you?
we ain't mad at each other, but you need to get your shit together before we can like be cool again. Like I'm just gonna.
Well, yeah, of course. If Marty went in, it'd have to be Sean.
Yeah.
Again, huge thank you to
House
Nitro
no.
Bar for allowing us to do the wrestling trivia. It was a fun night.
Yeah.
Thank you to Adam and Danny. Great people. If you ever have the chance, go up, talk to them. Very personable. Check out Nitro Bar on Penn Ave in West Reading. It's a cool place. They do car shows. They host some gigs. They do metal trivia, karaoke. You know,
The guy that came in second place for us on Pro Wrestling Trivia knew about it because he was there the night before for metal trivia and won.
yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
They always have events happening.
I have to go for metal trivia. Check that
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Nitro Bar is a cool place to hang out. I go there sometimes for dinner just to, it's a nice, relaxing bar. Coming up November,
12th.
before that, October 30th, this Sunday at the Hamburg Fieldhouse. It's a food truck festival,
Fall food truck, yeah.
fall food truck festival. Tons of food, tons of games, costume. I think there's a costume contest. Tons of stuff to do. We'll be there with our Outbreak guys, promoting some stuff, selling some stuff. Check us out while you're there. Go out, have some fun. It's probably the last festival of the year, I want to say.
Probably. And come pick up tickets for November 12th, Outbreak Wrestling at the Hamburg Fieldhouse.
United We Slam, right?
United We Slam. It's one of their bigger pay-per-views.
Toys for Tots, veteran tickets.
Pay-per-views. One of their bigger shows. Veterans get in for free. First responders. Outbreak is a great group. They do a ton of great things. Two big announcements are planned for that night. I don't know what they are.
David Finley will be there.
David Finley, free autographs. Free
I
autographs.
don't care. I just want to see wrestling.
Free 8x10s from David Finley.
Yeah, I've never seen him wrestle, so
Oh, God. Just YouTube it. It's fucking amazing.
Kevin Kelly will
Him
be
and
there.
Juice? Oh,
Fin Juice.
does he wrestle like his dad?
nah, better.
Oh, his dad was.
I
stiff.
love me
His
some
dad was a
Finley,
worker.
but, well,
His dad would beat the shit out of you.
November 12th, David Finley will be there. Kevin Kelly will be there. Free autographs from David Finley. So it'll be a great time, great show. Huge matches already announced.
Ian Bush versus
Matt Quay,
Matt Quay for the
our
world
two
title.
favorites, man.
It's going to be one of those split crowds.
Yeah. Andy Header against Delirious.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Delirious. I forgot about that.
I'm pretty sure Andy Header is like stoked about
Yeah.
that. Like, it'll be a great night. And then you also have. Is there anything in December?
Not that I know of, no.
No.
But,
Well, December's
no.
Ring of Honor.
Yeah, Ring of Honor's coming up, and so is what we just
November
said.
19th. Full Gear.
Oh yeah, Full Gear. Yes.
AEW Full Gear, November 19th.
Yeah, I fucked up last week by saying that it was the same day. That was my bad. I could have sworn.
Well, November 5th is Crown Jewel, right? Every
Saudi,
weekend,
whatever.
Yeah.
So
every weekend in November. Yeah.
there's wrestling. So the first week is Saudi or Crown Jewel, whatever. And then November 12th is Outbreak. November 19th is Full Gear. It's on a Saturday this time.
Survivor Series, yeah.
Survivor Series
every Saturday in the month.
Great time to be a wrestling fan. Great time. Fun time. We got some new stuff to sell if you see us at Outbreak. There's the LJN Derby that we found. So those are making their way to stores. We got some rare figures. We got some new ones that we haven't seen quite yet. But come check us out. Take pictures with us as always. Enjoy some wrestling.